Okay, guys, we are live right now, and I'm happy to be here with the team of Clean Carbon. From one side, Michael, and from the other side, Udo. I will, just before going deep inside the Clean Carbon project, and I will give us the opportunity to both of our guests to tell something about themselves and also what are their role into the Clean Carbon project. I want to say welcome back to Defi Daily. That's the first live after a while because I took a week break, the first one since when I started, and I'm happy to have you back into this channel. The reason why I invited the team of Clean Carbon, if you remember, we also talked about it the last week, the previous one. I made a full overview about it. And what I really love about this kind of concept is that for the first time, or at least it's not so common to see this kind of use case. Most of the time when we are talking about DeFi, we are just seeing projects that are focusing on lending, borrowing, yield farming, and so on. And in this case, this is something pretty different because it's not just about the usual use cases of DeFi, but it's much more creating a bridge for what is going on into the real world. So being able to solve real problems, like in this case, pollution, and having a good impact into the environment, connecting it through the DeFi. And what I will ask to our guests is to explain us how does it work and how did they came out also from this idea and what we can expect from them into the next future. So guys, remember that if you have any kind of question, feel free to ask it into the chat and we will be more than happy to listen from you and answer to any doubt that you can have. So guys, now it's your turn and feel free to start, Michael or Udo, whoever you prefer. And if you just can tell us something about yourself and about your team.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Udo. I'm the CEO of Clean Carbon, and yeah, I'm German. I was born in Germany. I lived there since I've been 30 years. I studied economics and statistics in Dortmund. But then I had some crazy stuff in my head, so I went over to Fuerteventura. It started my first businesses, was always related to renewable stuff and everything. And yeah, then we had this idea of a 24-hour green energy supply. And we worked around with photovoltaic and windmills and hydrogen, electrolyzer and stuff like that. And yeah, but it was never constant. But then in the research, we found the UHDG machine, and yeah, this was it. And yeah, we hit it like two things in one row. We have hydrogen production, we have a 24-hour constant power supply, and we eliminate waste, which is like three hits in one shot. So really awesome. And yeah, as this would not be enough, we said, okay, let's combine this with a token. And yeah, put it to the next level, because through the token we will have yeah, far more ideas, and to implement this whole thing in this real world ecosystem. I always say Fuerteventura is a real life sandbox. So yeah, we can try a lot of things out, and if we are ready to expand, then we made our homework here, and then we can really be sure that if we expand it later on, it's going to work out. And yeah, maybe how we can go further concerning the token.
Sure. Yes. So my name is Michal. I'm a CTO of the project Clean Carbon, and I came together. We joined forces with Udo, and we decided to put this whole idea to the whole new level. I'm specialist in blockchain. I've been in crypto space since 2012. First as a trader, then we started to develop I started to develop my own projects, and yeah, we're just brainstorming with Udo, like how we can connect these two things together, and we came up with something that I think it's really perfect marriage of these two worlds, and it's totally aligned with my vision, how I see the DeFi space evolving. To be honest, I was a little bit like tired of the copies of smart contracts. Just and the whole idea and the whole kind of mentality of the blockchain community, that it was mostly about the money, just like how much APY I get per year. And I just thought like the DeFi should really represent something more. And I think this is really the future. I strongly believe that sooner or later there's going to be another wave of new project that's going to try to connect with the real world and try to solve the real life solutions. So we were just thinking and deciding what's the best business model, how we can really incorporate the token into the physical installations in a sense that it's not only used as a vehicle to collect funds, but we just wanted to do something much more. And I'm sure I'll be able to explain a little bit more about the whole concepts as we go along. But yeah, that's just the introduction.
So if I'm understanding correctly, what you are doing is creating an installation that in a moment I will ask you, so if you can explain a little bit more about how does it work, not to be technical, because at least I'm not a technical person, so I don't have the skills maybe to understand the overall details. But I would like to understand how what are the implications, what are the use cases, and if it has a patent, or how you can defend this kind of installation, and also what are the requirements to make it profitable and to have an impact into the environment. And on the other side, do you have a DeFi project? Which of them came first? Did you start starting from a from the DeFi point of view, or did you start thinking about how you can solve a real problem like the pollution point or anything that you have started from?
It was quite similar, to be honest. It was always the idea to combine both things. Yeah, I was like, let's say, always running on the physical part, and Michal was always going further on the technical or the token part. And yeah, maybe to first explain a little bit how the machine is working. Basically, what you do, you can take any kind of organic waste. So even car tires, for example, not recyclable plastics, even toxic stuff. And you have to shredder it to a maximum size of 2.5 cubic centimeters. Then it has to have a moisturizing percentage of roughly 30%. And then it gets into a tube. And this tube is heated up to 1,100 degrees or even more. And in the material, it gets injected nitrogen. So not even physically there is oxygen in the material, so that there can't even be a burning process. And this is really important. You have to get rid of the word burning as soon as you talk about our machine, because this has nothing to do with pyrolysis. There are a lot of pyrolysis projects around. But on pyrolysis, we talk about 500 to 600 degrees, and there is a burning process. And this means contamination, because there is CO2 emission. In the UHG, there is no CO2 emission. Of course, if you later burn the syngas, there is CO2 emission, but not in the process itself. This is really important. And of course, there are patents. It's a product or a producer here from Europe. The one we're not going to present it in detail now. This is we have to have some aces still that we could put on the table. So be aware. But it's from Europe. It has a lot of patents. It's there's a proof of concept. But we're going to be one of the first industrial installations on a worldwide level. Spain for sure. Yeah, this is basically what it works. Then you have the syngas coming out, and from the syngas you can separate, for example, the hydrogen. A part of the syngas is used to heat up the tube again, and you can do chemical products. You can use the heat as well. So there are several applications, and of course several income streams like that as well. First, we have the waste elimination, which of course gets paid. On the other side, you have hydrogen production, which gets paid as well. Then you have heat. Heat you can use in form of electricity. Everybody knows, and this, for example, is something that came up right now, like since the Ukrainian war, which is horrible, of course, but now everybody is looking for a gas supply, electricity supply, because the price has gone crazy. And and this is something that we can provide with this machine. So it's like a plus that we have at the moment, because this machine can cover lots of problems that industrial companies, industrial productions are facing, and it's really complex income streams that we have and different applications. That's why we're setting up everything in the technology park here in Fuerteventura, because research and development will be a huge part of this installation, because it's going to be interesting. What else can we do? What we don't know right now, or we come up with further ideas. I always say the appetite comes when you start to cook. So there's a lot to come, and the potential is huge.
So am I correct if I'm saying that you are taking like a waste or anything that is gonna be wasted, and you are transforming it with something else, producing hydrogen or any other form of energy or any other form of product that can be used on the...
It's a waste to energy process by ultra high temperature gasification, not burning.
Yep.
Great. And so did you start with this, and after that you thought about the DeFi part, or it was something that you came out with, we can make it even more powerful if we add a DeFi layer on it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what we have now with the token, there are several applications that we're gonna implement, and let's say from the physical part, let's say on the long run, you can do recycling or concepts with that. I mean, basically, why do the people not recycling? Because they don't want to. But if we now say, okay, this is going to be beneficial. If you recycle the plastic, if you recycle it in a proper way, we can reward you by CARBO. So every time you put, let's say, a plastic bottle into the bin, it says bling on your mobile, because for example, in Germany, you have to pay 50 cents per plastic bottle, and you get rewarded when you bring it back to the supermarket. And something like this, more automated, can be done through this machine or through this CARBO token concept. So this is, let's say, one idea. On the other end, for example, you could pay with CARBO at the hydrogen petrol station. And so you can fill your car with CARBO. So different things that we want to do and want to implement, because, as I said, this is bringing it to the next level, to the digital world, which is, from my point of view, really important.
Great. After that, I will ask you also to explain us at which stage you are. So, because I would like you talked about using it as a payment system, and that's a great idea. That's powerful. On the other side, what I'm worried is how long does it take to be able to implement, to close a different partnership, because obviously to make it real and to expand this kind of concept broader, it is needed a lot of different partnerships with governments and with companies and so on. But before going inside it, I would like just to make a brief summary and also introduce the giveaway that we have announced into the previous video, and we have another one today. So as you have understood, we are talking about a project that it has a physical installation that is recycling all the waste in order to produce some other kind of energy, another kind of product that can have a positive impact into the real world. This startup is based into Fuerteventura, and also Fuerteventura will be the first project where they will go to install the whole physical installation. And the launch will be pretty soon. So what I will ask you right now is, what are the next steps in terms of the launch of the token? Just also to explain to the people, and I will add also to the chat the winner of our last giveaway. Remember, if you are not the winner, don't worry, because we have another giveaway right now. You can find the link to the description below. After the AMA, you can complete all the different tasks in order to participate and to win to it. The winner will be contacted through email. What I will ask to you right now, before going even deeper about the project, is how does it work, the giveaway, and also what we can expect, or better, what the winner can expect, in which moment they will receive the tokens, and in which moment also you will launch the whole DeFi platform.
Sure, I think I can take over at this moment and explain this. So winners we're gonna get in touch with the winner via email, and we're just gonna ask them for their BEP20 address, and we're gonna send them the tokens. This is simple as that, really. But the thing to keep in mind is that our tokens are vested until the launch on PancakeSwap. That's gonna happen in May. We haven't announced publicly a date just yet, but we can assure everybody that it's going to happen in May. Obviously, we do it because we cannot give any tokens before it happens. We don't want anybody to at least have a chance to mess up with our launch. We are really keen to make it as well as possibly as we possibly can. And just to maybe just taking this moment, and I can explain a little bit like what's the benefit of holding CARBO and what you can do with it now. So apart from the physical parts that Udo was explaining, the physical utilities of our token that's going to be implemented in the future, we started to work on some of the physical implementations. Like, for example, the payment method. Some of our contractors already agreed to use CARBO as a payment method for different services. But there's also the whole like a DeFi part of it. And these are like more, let's say, traditional financial incentives for people for holding. There are buying 5% buy and 5% sell fee. And part of these fees will go for different rewards for people. For example, there are instant reflections in CARBO token. There are staking rewards in BUSD. The token is also deflationary. Yeah, so basically everybody can just decide if they want to hold it or what they want to do with this, but everything's going to be working from the moment that we launch, and people will be able to see the benefits of having CARBO in the wallet.
So the people who won and who will win the giveaway will receive the tokens in the moment of the launch. So just stay tuned, and in that moment you will have the opportunity to choose if you want to just hold because you believe in the project and you want to keep it for the future, or on the other side, if you want to just trade it on the market and it will be listed on PancakeSwap. What is the roadmap right now? What are the next milestone that you are going to achieve, and also that will bring you to the launch of on PancakeSwap and to be listed there?
Sure. I think I can also at least start with explaining some parts, because the next event is going to relate more to the token side. So I think later Udo maybe can just expand on some additional key moments in the roadmap. So now at the moment we are getting ready to open the whitelisting process. Everything's going to start tomorrow at 1 p.m. UTC time. So this is like just less than 24 hours. We have everything ready. The system is ready, so we're going to publicly announce it. The whitelisting is done through our website. We're going to collect people addresses and also make some little verification process. The main idea is that we don't want anybody to be able to add more than one address, and we need to have a system that verifies certain details. But I can assure everybody that the process is going to be really easy. And we don't want to overcomplicate things. The Clean Carbon project is really inclusive. We want to give everybody chance to participate in the pre-sale phase. So it's not going to be very difficult. So first we focus on the whitelisting. Then in probably like a week or two later, we're going to start the pre-sale. Our smart contract is like flexible enough that we can set up different phases depending on the market condition, what's happening. So for us, it's just much better to see what are the responses from people, if they are how much money they want to participate in the project. So based on that feedback and also the size of our community, we're gonna decide on precise date, and also we're gonna decide on the hard cap of this phase of the pre-sale. So we just invite everybody to stay tuned. And then a couple of weeks later, there's going to be launch on PancakeSwap. Yeah, we give it ourselves the time to do everything step by step. We don't want to rush things. It's always, we want to always at every single stage, we want to create enough buying pressure. So there's influx of new users coming and everybody see that project is growing. From my point of view, I'm more technical, so it's pretty much, it all boils down to the chart at some point, to the charts, and if we just want to make the charts look really great, so the price of the token go up. So this is why we're taking our time to establish and just really do every single phase as good as we can. And I think later, Udo, maybe you can take over and just say it, because later it's going to be more. Obviously, there's going to be some launch on additional SECs later. We cannot disclose which one it's going to be, but we are aiming for the really big ones, and we already have some communication channels open, so this shouldn't be a problem. Yes, and basically the token site is also going to be about implementing different utilities to our token. We're going to launch the platform. Slowly we're going to build and add additional functions. Yeah, and then slowly but surely the physical part is going to be taking over as well. And then we're going to be combining two systems. So maybe Udo, you can take over and just say about some things happen in the future for the installation.
Yeah. I mean, we're already working on that. It's not like that we're waiting. Our head engineer Camino, and we have a junior engineer as well already working with him. They're fully on. We have the construction license already implemented at the town hall, and so everything is going really quick. And this is one reason, for example, why we're in the technology park, because there the approval process is far quicker. As well, our project is in. You have here the Canaries. Some sort of stamp for project that is called of island interest. And this means for all the legal purposes and all that stuff, it's a far quicker process, and so we get all the approvals and everything in a really quick. And yeah, it looks right that right now we're going to start to set up everything physically in the next 2 to 3 months, which is industrial or engineering wise nuts, because normally it takes a year or 1.5 till you start things like that. But yeah, as I said, we did some and most of the work before, so it's from that part really interesting. Yeah, as I said, when we got everything, is we're going to use that for pushing a little bit, buying pressure, all that stuff. So we're not going to throw all our dynamite right now, but there's going to be nice stuff to come. And the partnerships are in place and everything. But yeah, we're gonna use it the right way. You can be aware.
Thank you. Just before going to take a couple of questions from the audience, I have 2 more questions. First of all, I would like to better understand how challenging is to being able to build all of these partnerships, because obviously in the moment when we are talking just about DeFi, that's pretty easy to build a project, because you have just to build a protocol, connect to the blockchain that you want, and just do the marketing. In the moment when we are talking about something physical that have also an impact, that is an ambitious project, that is not just about speculation, but is literally being able to create some kind of social utility. It requires obviously much more effort from the partnership sides, from the regulation, and so on. And at which stage are you, and what do you think will be the different challenges in order to export this kind of model also outside Fuerteventura, that is where you will start work on it?
I really think that the main part is right now. Right now, the next year is going to be tough, really tough. But as I said, we have everything in place. We're working with high-level professionals on all levels. We talk to the governments concerning subventions as well, really really good people. The engineers that we have in the back as well from the producer, we're working hand in hand because everybody wants that this project is gonna fly. And to be honest, expanding later on, this is gonna be easy because it's gonna be copy paste, and this is gonna be I would say quite easy, because now it's the first time that you have to do all the approval process. And then later on, it's just adapting to the new locations, and then talk to the right people. But I really believe, or I'm sure, that this machine is going to attract loads of cities, lots of countries, people from the industrial area that want to have a look, want to get it. So the interest is going to be huge.
And a goal, if it's possible to know, if you have any kind of goal about it, in the next 3 to 5 years, how many cities or countries do you want to reach?
I would say I can't really say how.
I know
many.
that's difficult to predict, because that's just to talk.
The first thing I'm 44 already. I'm getting 44. So I did some businesses before, and the first thing that you should not do is rush. So
obviously,
so like keep it cool, and it's better to let 1 or 2 or 3 or even 5 businesses go, but then be ready as well with the team. Because from my point of view, the only thing that later on is the bottleneck is the team, and it's maybe the supply of the machine. Because if the people go crazy on the machine, I mean, this is going to be a problem for the producer. This is not like a microwave. This is like it takes a few months to build something like that. So they have to build up the infrastructure as well. So this is where I see more the bottleneck in the machine supply. I think just here in the Canaries, we can put easily 20 to 30 UHDH T25. So, and this would cover us, I think, for the next 2 to 3 years easily. So it's going to be more like this. And yeah, perhaps maybe moving here on the islands is the first thing, and then see where we can go in other locations. But it can be in parallel as well. It's not like, we have to wait and finish something. No, then later on we can scale it up with a bigger team in that way as well.
Right. And in your opinion, how long does it take to merge the DeFi part to the physical part?
Well, maybe I can jump in. So the merging process we started already, and there's not going to be like one specific date that's gonna happen. It's just happening right now. So even now, like some funny story. One of our employees who is currently in Mexico City. He just told his landlord about the project, and his landlord was just so excited. He asked him to be paid for his next rent in CARBO tokens. So in a sense, the physical utilities are already happening, like even right now. And also, like as I mentioned, we have the partners here and contractors, the people who already told us that they are super happy to accept CARBO tokens. And if you think about it, it's really good for everybody, because in order to get CARBO token, you need to buy it, and at some point somebody will probably sell it. So this is the ways how people from physical space around the machine will influence and speed up the whole token economy, because everybody's going to benefit from passive incomes coming from the people just using the token. So it's happening right now. All this like financial, more traditional DeFi incentives, it's already built in a token. So this is already happening. And slowly we're going to be expanding the physical utilities. And also like each installation later, like when we expand, might have additional use cases and benefits. Like we know exactly what can be done here in Fuerteventura. We know the people, and we see the response of people, but each place could be a little bit different, and we're going to adjust. Like our token is flexible enough that we can create separate utilities based on the locations as well. And
what about the moment when you have you are producing some revenue stream from the physical installation? This will affect in some way also the CARBO token, or at this point these two stories are separated or will be merged, or how does it work?
Right. I should also say, because this is really important. The physical installations always going to help token in a sense that part of the profits from running installation is going to be taken and used specifically to buy CARBO tokens from exchanges, probably from PancakeSwap at first, but we might expand as well. And this is super important. This is not only about the pilot project. This is every single installation that we're going to do in the future. So in a sense, people can imagine like how fast we can grow with this kind of things. How physical installations, once we do it right, once we set up the pilot project and start expansion, how fast this could really go and how much it can help the token.
That's something that I love, because I think that I'm saying many times during my videos is that most of the time when we are talking about DeFi, we are talking about projects that are just without really creating any kind of value, because in order to be sustainable into the long term, what we really need is a protocol that is able to generate real revenues in the real world. And in this case, when we are talking about clean carbon and also the installation, in this case, we are talking about something real that someone is paying for real with real money, because it is solving a real problem. And if it is reflecting into the DeFi space, in this way is much more sustainable than just having a yield farming that is producing a return on investment just through farming and just through minting new tokens. That could be a good way just in the first phase, but in the long term, what we need is literally being able to create more revenue streams that will also affect, but real revenue stream, like in this case, selling energy and so on, that can sustain the price of the token. I don't know if you want to add something, or if I messed up something, if you want to be more precise or anything.
That's perfect summary for me. Yep, perfect.
Great. I will take a couple of questions about from the audience, starting from the first one. Can you also talk about Beyond Canary Island, a project which is currently being worked upon? Do you have expanding the ideas in other places around the world?
I mean, as we said already, like we're going to start on the Canaries, and then I think it's going to be like the easiest way to first do Europe, maybe Portugal, this area, to keep it there, and then like we can set up partnerships with any other entity all over the world. This is I think not the problem, but to be honest, this is something I think this is going to come anyway. It's like people are we got to ask already for the United States, and as I said, it's like at the moment we're more blocking this than accepting, because we have to do it right, and when we really feel that we are ready. Like finding business partners all over the world, well, that's going to be easy.
Great, but there is some kind of different regulation. So the regulation about this kind of topic is close to the different countries. In all the different countries, something that you have to adapt something every time you are moving around.
Definitely, but the first thing, this machine is fulfilling the. This is it's called BIMSCH. Bundesemissionsschutzgesetz,
okay.
German. This is a law. This is a federal law from Germany for emissions. And if you have this stamp, which the machine has, you can set it up next to a children's playground. So it's like license-wise, the machine is really, really good. It's not noisy. It's not dangerous. There's no high pressure. There's not a lot of pressure in the system, and this is like really good. And so the licenses are all made on the European level. Of course, then later on for international expansions, you have to do it far more. But yeah, this is like what it is. Just a second. My child just came into.
No problem at all.
Guys, venga, toma. ¿Quieres? Tráeme un vaso, Enzo. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but where were I? It was the licenses. Yes, the thing is like that. When we have the European licenses, then expanding it to international level, this is going to be fine. So, but of course, you have every country has a new license. You have local restrictions, so you have to apply for all these things. But basically, if you are in an industrial area with the installation, you're fine. you're totally fine, and you can do anything you want. It's more like things that, like the waste treatment licenses, later on hydrogen selling, these licenses. This is the complex thing, but this is the thing that's why we work with the petrol station company, and we're working with a waste supplier together. So we can somehow avoid to get these licenses. So we work under the umbrella of their licenses, and we basically are just in charge of the gasification of the waste and produce the hydrogen, which gets sailed off straight away.
Clear, thank you. A nice question that I have asked is, just trying to be the devil's advocate, why haven't any big player entered the market with the same machine or the same technology? And what is the unique selling proposition if there are players already in the market with the same technology?
Right now, there's none. But of course, like this is going to come. The unique thing that we have is, and this makes us unique, is the blockchain connection and over this token. So this is going to make us. It's going to make us like with a huge advantage, and this is exactly why, one of the reasons why we are working with the token, because this makes us 5 years ahead of these people, because that is really important for the competition, as they cannot like be that quick in this area, and then they might come to us and say, hey, we want to use your technology. So we're starting to sell licenses, which obviously benefits the token holders.
So at this point, there is no real competitor already active, if I'm correct.
Exactly.
100%. Yep.
And the reason why, and which is the reason, because the technology is new, which is the barrier that stopped someone to go inside this market?
I mean, this technology is new, and on the other end, I mean, competition is always welcome. There's so much waste on the world.
No doubt about it.
I invite everybody to do competition, because I mean, one T25 is doing 8,000 tons a year. Just here in Fuerteventura, on the landfill, it's around 120 to 140,000 tons per year. So we're talking already about 15 machines that we could put here in Fuerteventura. So, and Gran Canaria and Tenerife on top. So if you really want to get rid of all the waste, you have like maybe 100 machines just here on the Canaries. And this, I mean, this is the thing. I really think that that competition is not our problem. It's, as I said, it's more than welcome. So and with the competition, you grow, you're doing things better, and maybe work together. So this is the thing. And as I said, the connection with from our project and our installation through the token is going to give us an advantage, a huge market advantage.
And in your opinion, after also the war in Ukraine and everything that is happening right now, there will be even more pressure to start to adopt any kind of solution like this one, or we will see any kind of different market condition that will change the environment and how we are just seeing stuff about energy and waste and so on.
Yeah, I think people will definitely look out for these sort of technologies. As I said, due to the war, like now Europe is looking for new gas supply and electricity as well, because with this machine you have both. You have gas, you have electricity over heat. You can use the gas to produce electricity, so it's quite useful. And yeah, I think the machine now is like at the right point to enter into the world market.
And the question was more about if there is more interest from the governments to invest funds on each, and also from the VC point of view, because at the end of the story, in order to create more competition, in order to have more installation, what is needed is funds that are coming most of the time from governments, or on the other side from venture capitals, from private. Yeah. And I don't know what is the market condition right now about these two big players, so institutional from one side and the other side, private VCs. If it is something that is going hotter, or something that is still, it still has to explode.
No. Like, I mean, venture capitals are behind these things as well. This is, let's say, this would be in the plan, maybe the plan C, as we didn't talk about that. Like, doesn't matter how the token launch is gonna be. We're gonna implement this system anyway. It's gonna be installed no matter what is gonna happen, as we have different financial possibilities in the back. There's the so-called RIG, which is a reinvestment vehicle, and you can do a tax reduction of the corporate tax when you reinvest your profits on the Canary Islands. So this is like the first part, and it's in the form of a 5-year loan on a really low interest rate. And of course, in a third step, maybe we might talk to some venture capital investor. But this is something that we obviously do not take into account, because we want to do this part, the financial part, over the token launch.
Great. And also you were talking, I read your white paper, you were talking about a possibility to build a DAO where the token will also give a voting power to the holder. This is something that will happen into the next future, if I'm correct.
Yes, 100%. So the DAO governance platform is one of the things that we've already started to build. We are building overall we are building clean carbon platform. And there's going to be a place with all the CARBO token utilities that users can just simply log in with the MetaMask or Trust Wallet and just use our token for different things. In the beginning, it's going to be just the claiming tokens bought during the pre-sale. It's going to be claiming BUSD staking rewards. But then we are already starting to expand it with the things like DAO governance platform. So it's going to be different questions that people can answer and participate in the real meaningful decision-making process. We're really going to listen to the community. Things, for example, like certain parts of the fees at some point might be taken off if we decide it's not beneficial for the project anymore. If at some point, for example, the physical installation part is gonna be responsible for the for such a price increase, then it's not going to have any sense to have this additional 5% buying and selling fees if the price is constantly going up because of the buybacks done from installation. So these are kind of the things that we are going to ask our community if and when we should remove the fees. So, but yeah, the DAO governance platform is something that is definitely coming, and we've already started to work on that.
Great. They're also asking, so physically, is there already any machine in place? Who builds it, and do they already exist?
The machines are in a pilot installation phase at the producer, and as I said, we're going to be one of the first, and maybe the first company that gets an industrial installation. We're on it. Depends on how quick we are, but it looks like. Great.
So something that we haven't said before is about the project from the DeFi part is based on the Binance Smart Chain, if I'm correct.
Yep, absolutely.
And there will be any plan to expand to some other blockchain, or what are the plans from the blockchain development and also the DeFi platform as you presented?
Right. So at the moment, we don't have any plans to expand to other networks, because to be honest, it's not really, doesn't make sense at this moment for our token. Maybe at some point we might decide to build our own chain and coin instead of just using others. But I think it really doesn't make sense to create just copies on different blockchains. It just really doesn't bring anything new and exciting to our project. So this is, at the moment, this is definitely not in our agenda. And I can add to this that the Binance Smart Chain is perfect for us for what we want to achieve, because it's really fast. I mean, obviously there are some faster networks. It's cheap enough. I mean, you don't really feel the costs. Yeah, and it's well established. It's got also big community, so it's also very easy for us to do marketing because people know how to use MetaMask, how to add Binance Smart Chain networks, how to use PancakeSwap. These are like easy things, and we can, because of that, we can reach broader communities. And I think at this moment, maybe when there is a new version of Ethereum coming that is going to solve the current existing problems of Ethereum, maybe at some point we might bridge to Ethereum. That would be my guess. But at this moment, it's really not necessary, I think.
Great. Guys, if you have any other kind of question, feel free to ask into the chat. We will take another couple of questions if you have any. Before waiting, while we are waiting for some other question, I'm just asking to you, what will be the first feature to be released from the DeFi point of view? So we have the Genesis event when token will be listed also on PancakeSwap, and the first feature that we will have available on the platform, what will be?
Yeah, so the first kind of like basic functions that's going to be offered before the launch on PancakeSwap, and the moment when people will be able to receive their token. So just at the moment on launch on PancakeSwap, it's going to be just basic platform with the ability to connect with the wallet, MetaMask and TrustSwap. Ability to claim tokens that people purchase during the pre-sale, and ability to claim staking rewards in BUSD. This is like a kind of basic functionalities, and then
the staking rewards will count from.
They all coming from fees. There are
okay.
two types of the staking rewards. One in the native token CARBO that is like comes as an instant reflections, and the other is a BUSD staking rewards, and these are done. The CARBO tokens are come automatically as reflections, while the BUSD staking rewards people need to claim through our platform, and it comes like every 24 hours or so. So people will have to actually pay for the transaction. So they don't have to do it right away. People can just come once every week and collect it. It's up to the users. So these are like the kind of basic functionalities. The next things we're going to be adding, we have really amazing ideas how to do. I cannot say too much about this at this point, but we are thinking of really amazing ideas how to implement different kind of airdrops, and how to combine, like how to connect with other companies and do like token exchanges and just build the community. Because of that, there's going to be some lock-in mechanisms that give people additional incentives, and altogether, just to give you some kind of like a broader picture, we are working on the system as well that is going to be called CARBO score. And the idea is that people are going to be rewarded for different activities with their token, depending on if they want to, if they more sell or buy, if they hold the tokens, if they lock the tokens, if they do some kind of promotions with marketing, if they do some kind of activities that are good. So there's going to be a snapshot of the network happening probably about every 2 weeks. And based on that, every user is going to be receiving CARBO score. And this CARBO score is going to affect the chances of winning different contests. It's going to affect probably in the future also staking rewards. So we are creating and also like we're going to connect it with the real world as well at some point in the future. So this is how we think of the whole economy. Just reward people for great behavior, sustainable for planet and beneficial for our project. So we are working on a system like that. And the DAO governance as well, as we mentioned before. This is also like it's coming as well.
And just a question that is not connected directly to Clean Carbon, but is obviously affecting it. How do you see the market right now, the crypto market? Because obviously, if a market is in a bull run, people are behaving in a way. If people are feeling that are more fearful about the market, that they will behave in another way. Just to hear your opinion, because I love to hear different kind of opinion, because obviously we are not here to predict the market, because nobody has a right or wrong answer. We can just look at the numbers and try to take our own decision. And the only way that we have to improve our vision about the market is just talking each other and trying to discuss about this topic. So what is your idea, if you have any, and if you want to share about it something?
Sure. I mean, first of all, obviously, like not financial advice, and
obviously that's
but to be honest, I'm really bullish. I have a feeling that the crypto winter short one it's kind of over. I don't know if we're gonna see another explosion that we're gonna see like another 10x in the next like a year or two. I would probably think this is not going to be a case. But I think the market's like slowly rising. This is how I see it, and I think the moment for us is perfect to launch this kind of project, because it also, as always, like there are some kind of phases and phases of protocols and the crypto space in general. And I feel we are getting towards the end or we've already passed like some point when the previous phase, it feels like it's finished, and there's always kind of collapse at the end of the cycle. So I think this is the beginning of something new, and I think that the timing is really perfect for the project.
Yeah. And if you look a little bit around what's happening in the real world, especially with the banks, I mean, everybody's jumping on the crypto train. So this is like good news. Good news. I would say like Bitcoin double by end of the year. I really see it.
Easy. I think so too. Possibly. Yeah.
I hope so. I really don't have an answer, because the market has simply popped up suddenly in the last couple of weeks. And right now, that's true. We are above an important support. And also it looks like that we are also in a micro alt season, because that's reality. In the last couple of days, all the alts has simply gone up by 20%, 30%, something that is pretty big. And also the overall dominance, Bitcoin dominance, has gone down, and it looks like that it could continue. I would really love to see another retest of the support, to be more sure about that we are for real. That's not just a fake breakout that will be like a bull trap and we will go down again. But overall, I agree with you. It looks like that we can start again. Obviously, we need some other tests and to have another confirmation of it.
Yep,
so guys, let me check if there is any other question. No, the great project, many congratulations. Have you thought about developing your own autonomous chain on the Cosmos IBC ecosystem?
To be honest, at this point, we have not. Like we are really so busy with just making everything happening here and just launching with everything that we have already scheduled. So this is not something on our minds just yet.
I fully agree. Also, in my opinion, you should start focusing on what really makes the difference. That is this kind of connection between the physical installation and the DeFi space. And there will be plenty of time to work on any other kind of expansion of the project. But what I really think that makes a difference is having a great, unique selling proposition that can really make a real impact into the world and can be something that you can recognize for. So let me check if there is any other question. It's not. So I will ask you to just give us a brief summary, just 1 minute each, if you want to say something about the project. Just before giving you the possibility to tell us this last minute, just let me remind you guys that you can find the next giveaway into the description below. So you have just to click to the Gleam link, and you will have the opportunity to complete a couple of tasks that will give you the opportunity to win $500 in CARBO token that you will receive them in the moment when the token will be listed on PancakeSwap, and this will happen into the month of May. The previous winner we have already announced, and you can find it into the chat, and you will be contacted by email. So guys, now it's your time. Tell us what do you think about.
Maybe I can start. And yeah, so overall, like we are really excited. We are, and also like we try to stay humble about this great reception of our project that we see from the community. It's crazy like how fast community is growing, and we have like people speaking like so many languages now. And just like thank you guys for really the support. And we have a really amazing team. Everything is working like perfectly. We have everything scheduled. So we are just happy and excited to just start this kind of journey. And we invite everybody to just go with us and to see where it takes us. So thank you guys.
Yeah, same page. Like we just get the team behind us we can just invite you, and we can guarantee that we have the power behind that. This is not like something, okay, we're collecting and then we're gone. this is going to happen, and everybody that comes to Fuerteventura is invited. We have a nice coffee machine in the office, so pass by, and I think we even have beer in the fridge. So
I think we still do. There is no time to even
after 4, no problem. And so yeah, just pass by, and yeah, we enjoy everybody, and invite everybody to join us. And yeah, support us, spread the word, put it in your channels. Yeah, help us to really put the power on the street, because we are ready.
Thank you. It was great. One last question that I received from the chat is why going through DeFi and not just with a VC? Which are the differences, and why did you choose to go this way?
I think I can give like a quick summary. So we really thought about it a lot. Like it's actually quite easy. It would be quite easy for us to get the money. We have VC investors who are willing to finance the whole installation. We would just have to like finalize some deals. But it's really, if you think about it, it is so much. It's such a better business model, and just the way how we can implement these things together. First of all, we are growing the community. So everything we do, it's multiplied by thousands if we do it right. So even now we are thinking of, you know, like planning maybe, or at least considering some expansions in the future. There are already some people in the chat who said, I live on this island in the Pacific, like I know government, like this should be your next place of expansion. I can connect you with the right people. So it just makes it everything so much easier and so much better. And as I mentioned, adding token to it, it adds so many benefits that are just completely beyond the kind of more traditional, for me also boring kind of standard like type of installation. This is exciting. This is where the magic happens. So yeah, so these are the reasons.
No, and it's new level. This is the new level from my point of view. If we can set this up, everybody's welcome to do copy and paste, and because I think this is really the new way to go. Because yeah, of course there are big guys, and there are big family offices and really big investors and everything, but that would be it's nearly easy to do it at that stage, to be honest.
Yeah,
great, completely agree. Guys, thank you for all the info that you shared with us. It was really interesting, and I would love to see it in action, because as I said many times, I love you as a team. I really like your approach, and really like also the concept, because this kind of bridge connecting a DeFi with a physical world and having not just inflation, but real profit, real revenues that are coming from a real use case, that's really great. We will talk with them also again in May, so next month. Remember that we have the giveaway that is already active. You can find it into the description below, so feel free to participate if you want. And guys, I will see you on Monday with another video. And if you have any kind of idea, if you want to add any kind of thought about this project, if you want to ask something, feel free to join the Discord, or you can ask also any kind of question into the comment section below the video. Guys, thank you for following us, and we will see you soon. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Alberto. It was fantastic. Thanks a lot for your support.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Thank you to you.
Okay, bye-bye.